couple of times there is a natural phenomenon in Geneva, the bise. Contrary to the föhn, which is a warm wind in the alpine region, the bise is a cold wind blowing down from the glaciers of the Mont Blanc across the Lake of Geneva, or as they say, Lake Léman, and covering the lake in a very delicate ice layer under which you can hear soft and muffled waves. The bise also is sweeping the whole city and its parks and its trees with crystalline snow. I lived in Geneva between 1981 and 1986. In this time, I created a series of pieces which I later called Divertissement Suisse. The second piece of this cycle is a septet for string quartet, flute, clarinet and harpsichord, and it's inspired by walks through Geneva at Christmas time. And it is called Noël à Genève, which means Christmas in Geneva. The piece in its original form never has been played up till now, but I transcribed several movements to solo pieces. Also the second movement, which is called Minuit à la Perle du Lac, un ciel étoilé, which means midnight at the pearl of the sea, a starry sky. Now, the inhabitants of Geneva call the most beautiful place on the lake La Perle du Lac, and it occurs that they built also a restaurant there with the same name. Okay. But there are also other analogies, like die Bise, the German word for this cold wind, sounds almost like la bise, which is in French the kiss. At this time I was investigating several types of intervallism and was wondering how I could put theoretically determined chords into real music. This is a way of composing which I still do nowadays. And so therefore this little piece can be seen as a showcase for my way of composing. In this piece I only use two intervals. The first is the half tone step. The second, the whole tone step. They form a triad together which sounds like this. Now I have possibilities of inversions, of transpositions, and of many other possibilities. So I can form, instead of having this chord, I can also have this chord. Or I can put the chord into different octaves. And I can transpose them, for instance, or this. These three chords form the exposition of the piece. Now we miss something, the melody, which is also formed by these three intervals. But this time I put the middle tone to an upper octave. So this is the view up to the stars and the light which comes down right into your soul. Just to let you hear the beginning of the piece. Of course, now in the second section of the piece, things have to change. So instead having the wave of the water like this, you can see it here, I deduct some notes. It doesn't go, but only, and I transpose the chord also. And this goes through the whole second section. Like this. And I also have a variation of the beginning. You can see here this. And when I have it in the middle section of the piece, I separate the notes instead of. And the coming back is different too. It's a new element. So I have a. And then we have also a little joyous movement as if a star crosses the sky. Now, as you know all the elements of the piece, we can hear the whole piece.